Assalamu alaikum. This is Mohammad Ramiz and you are watching Flutter Fluency. So today we are going to talk about custom NavBar. But before custom NavBar, there are the two features which I forgot to discuss with you. So we are going to discuss that features first. So first one is previous video where we have discussed about NavBar. We forgot to discuss about how we can change the color of the NavBar. The one question and the other question is that if we want to show the navbar on some page, but if we don't want to add that page into the navbar, then how we can achieve that thing. So let's discuss the first question first. So you can simply go to the settings and you have set the navbar, and right now the navbar color is gray down, so you can see that the navbar color. So here you can simply manage your navbar color. Let's suppose I want this color, so you can simply change that color using uh, this option. Okay, so it's a floating navbar now. So you can here there is a one more thing which you can see here. So here you can see that if you want to manage your navbar styling, so let's suppose I am in a Flutter default navbar, so you can also manage the some of the styling here. So here you can see show label or show unselected label, so you can also manage these things from this navbar as well. So if you go to the Google's navbar, so you can also add margin or padding. So let's suppose I want to add a padding here, so that's how it's look like. And if we want to show unselected border, so show unselected border. Okay, border width would be 2 and the color would be pink, let's suppose. Yeah, so unselected border like this. So this is the Google's navbar. So that's how it's work. I think the other thing is that I'm saying that if you don't want to, let's suppose the custom navbar, you want to show a navbar on the custom navbar page, but you don't want to add this page into the navbar, so you can simply enable the second option. Okay, always show navbar on page. Okay, if you want this page to be shown on the navbar, then you need to enable this option, show on navbar. Then you can see that custom nav option is there. Okay, so let's discuss how we can now create a custom navbar. So first of all, we are gonna create a component. uh, so we have already discussed how we can create a component. If you have not watched that video, so you can surely check out that video. So we are gonna create a new component, and the component name would be navbar, but this would be our custom component. Let me add the description as well, custom navbar create component. So yeah, you can now we're gonna insert container, and we are gonna wrap that container with a row, or we are gonna insert. So what I want is that when I click on home icon, so this background color would be like this, and the color turns to white and the text also turns to white. Otherwise it would be black. Okay, otherwise that would be black and with no background color. Okay, so I have said one thing. Now I'm gonna duplicate this thing by using Control D. But before doing this thing, what I want is that let me add a conditionality which we have already discussed in the previous video. If you have not watched that video, so you can go and check out the conditional builder. I have specially created that video because I want to use the conditional builder in this video. So go and check out that video. So how can we use that conditional builder? What I want is that first of all I'm gonna pass a page parameter here. So I'm gonna say add parameter index. So I'm gonna pass a index into this page, and which is required, and confirm. So whenever and wherever I want to use this custom navbar, I must need to pass the index value of the page. Okay, so the index value is there. Now which condition I want to pass? I want to pass the condition based upon the field color. So I'm gonna say conditional value if the index is equals to single condition, and go to my page parameter, component parameter, index. If the index value is equals to 0, because the first index which I am passing on this page on the home page would be 0. So whenever my index value is equals to 0, so you need to show the background color, which is pink. Otherwise you no need to show anything, you need to show a transparent color. Okay, that's fine. Confirm. So if else condition is now mapped here. And the other thing we want is that we want to add a conditional color on icons as well. So if the index is equals to 0, we need to show primary text color, otherwise we need to show alternate color. Okay, so let's do it. You can copy this thing and paste it here. Okay, so we are gonna paste the thing here. Okay, it's done. Now everything is mapped and everything is in working. We only need to duplicate this thing and replace the index values. So let me do duplicate, control D, control D, control D, 4 pages. So we are gonna create 4 pages. And if I go to my row and make it side by side or centered, so yeah, it's now centered. We only need to change the icons and the name. Let's suppose the second page is app bar apple, maybe apple. Okay, so everything is done, we only need to replace the index. So when I click on this button, so I want the index value would be 1. If the index value match with one index, then you need to show primary, otherwise transparent color. Similarly, there we also need to change index value, because whenever we are passing this nav bar into any page, so we must assign the page parameter, which would be 1. I already know whenever I use this nav bar for apple page, so I'm gonna pass 1. Okay, index value double equals to 1. Confirm. Okay, confirm Facebook, and there our value would be 2. Confirm. Confirm. Okay, so now all of the parameters is passed. Okay, and so basically this navbar, we are gonna use this navbar on home page. So when we are using the navbar on the home page, so it require a parameter, and we know that this is home page, and we want that when this navbar is appear on the home page, so this color would be appeared like this. Okay, so that's why we pass 0 on the home page. Let me show you how we can do this thing. So the app bar is now finalized. We only need to do is add a navigation. So when I click on the home page, we need to navigate towards, maybe we need to navigate it towards the home page. We have one home page. So when the user click on apples button, so then we need to navigate it towards app bar. If I click on meta, then we need to navigate it towards maybe we are gonna say for meta we need to move towards maybe conditional builder, and the third one would be books. So when I click on books, so I want to show navigate it towards dark and light theme. That's good. Everything is done. So this page is basically, let me change the name because it's very difficult to remember. When a home page, then the home page, when this button, then we need to move towards the app bar. So here I'm gonna say app bar, app bar. Maybe you can reduce the font size so it's better readable now in a one line. So you can also do twitches if you want. So for this button, this is conditional builder, so I can say CB, and this one is theme, so I'm gonna say theme. Yeah, everything is done. Now I need to go to the home page to add this navbar. So first of all, I'm gonna delete this button, or I'll not delete this button, but I can do, let me collapse the drawer. This is my column. So now what I need to do is I need to wrap my column with stack widget. Okay, so now the stack widget is wrapped into the column. Here we have a scrolling, here we don't have any scrolling. Now we can simply add a component into the stack. So you can select component here, and you have a navbar which you can add here. So now you can see that navbar is added. The only thing is left is to move this navbar down below. So how can we do that thing? So you can simply click on alignment, and you can change the alignment of this page as well. So that's how you can do this thing. So you can see that we got a one error. Why? Because it's asking for page parameter, and we know that this is home page, and when we click on this button, so we want this color to be pink, and we know that we have added 0 index for this case, 1 index for this, 2 index for this, 3 index for this. So we are gonna add 0 here. Okay, so the same thing, I go to app bar, now I'm gonna, yeah, we can leave it as it is, and we can simply add our own app bar. So I'm gonna wrap with a stack, and now I'm gonna insert navbar, move it down. Now here you can see that the navbar is already attached. That's why it's popping up up to our own navbar. So it's better to disable the previous navbar if you don't want to use. So let's suppose we don't want to use this navbar, we have our own navbar, so I'm going to disable this navbar. So yeah, this navbar is here, and now you can simply add an index. So for app bar, our index would be 1, so I'm gonna pass the 1. The third one is conditional builder. So let's go to the conditional builder, and here I'm gonna wrap a stack widget on it and add contain our own custom navbar. And here I'm gonna add an index of 0 1 2, so it's 2. The third one is theme. So go to dark and light theme, pick this and wrap it with stack widget, add a navbar, move it down, mark the value 0 1 2 3, mark the value to 3. So let's see, do we have any error or not. Navbar specify the value parameter, no, specify the value for parameter. Navbar does not specify value for a parameter index. Why? I have already set the value 0 1 2, so it's 2. Let's see, what it is saying. Oh yeah, error is gone now. So yeah, everything is done this application, but before running the application, make sure you are in a home page. So go back to the app details and change home page. Now run the application. Okay, so now it's running. Let's minimize it, and we can see that we got an overflow message because the size of our navbar is uh, because the container size is less. That's why we got this error. So how can we resolve that thing? We are gonna increase the height of this thing, as well as we're gonna increase the height of this as, so maybe it's 70, this would also be 70, and this would also be 70. This is great. And next thing, any other thing? Okay, so here you can see it's purple color. When I click on this button, so it's now turned pink. And when I click there, so you can see that the page is changing. This is conditional builder page. So navbar is working very well. Other pages are, you can see that other pages are don't have any color. And when I click on this button, so you can see, so that's how you can create your own navbar. One more thing which I want to share you, there is a one advice. So when you are adding a navigation, so remember, when you are adding a navigation on the nav bar, so try to close this button, okay, allow back navigation, because you already have a navigation, so you don't want to you don't want when you click on back button, so you move towards the previous page. You can only, if you have a navigation, so you can simply use to go forward or backward using navigation only. So try not to use back navigations to true when you are using this thing. Another thing is that if you want to add any transitions, let's suppose if you click on this button, so you want to be popped up, so you can add scale uh, here if you want to add a pop-up. So that's how you can manage your navbar. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you into the next video.